He just peed.
What's up, Rebel Nerds? Welcome back to the Rebel Nerd Radio. I'm half of your Rebel Nerd crew, Steve, and with me, as always, is JD. How's it going, JD?
I'm here, man. I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing pretty good, actually. Having a pretty decent week.
Good.
So, it is episode number 259, and if you're new around here, this is where we geek out about Star Wars, comics, movies, all the other stuff.
Star Wars adjacent.
What's that?
Star Wars adjacent.
Yeah. All the things that make us proud to be nerds.
Yes.
Tonight, we are heading into the jungle, dodging booby traps, escaping ancient temples, and chasing a little fortune and glory, and talking about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Should we say, dare we say, welcome to the jungle?
Welcome to the jungle. Oh boy. Sure.
There might be some copyright infringement on that one. I'm not sure.
Spencer, are you referring to the comic book news surrounding Indiana Jones? He's asking if we have heard the news this weekend. Okay, yep, that's what she's talking. There's a new Indiana Jones comic book that is coming out.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. So here in a little bit, we're going to do some show and tell with Show Me Your Thingies, a couple other things. And then we'll get
we have thingies. We have thingies. Oh,
we've got thingies to show.
We have thingies.
Yeah, and then we'll get into the main topic. We don't know when that will be, but we will get to it. I promise we will get to it. All right, who's in the chat?
We always get to it. It's just a matter.
We do always get to it. How long it takes us to get there is subject
to the question.
What's that?
I said that is the question. How long it takes us to get there.
All right, so we got Matt in the chat room.
Always.
We've got Spencer. How's it going, Spencer? And we have Smirking Bear.
Hi, guys.
Sir.
Hey,
what's up,
everybody.
nerd?
Glad to see you. If you are lurking in the background and on Facebook, please say hi. Let us know you're here. We always like to shout out to the people that are listening. So make sure you say hi. You don't have to say anything else. Just say hi.
Yeah. And if you are just kind of trolling, watching the video, jump in the chat room, talk to us. We like to talk to our chat room. We often do.
Most of the weird names we come up with are from our chat room.
That's right.
I mean, honestly.
So
I like squirrels. We like squirrels too.
We do like
Spencer, we like squirrels too.
We like squirrels because we have
a squirrel for a mascot. I mean,
there's not that. So yeah, jump in the chat, share your thoughts with us.
Mm-hmm.
If you're catching us here on the YouTube channel, whether live or catching the replay, just make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop us a like. And while you're there, leave us a comment. Comments help us out too. We want to invade that YouTube algorithm. Bum, 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 bum. So, let's get this adventure started. Anything interesting happen this week besides work?
Yeah. I actually got to attend my first. Um, so as everybody knows, I've been doing a lot of stuff with like the Rebel Legion and the 501st.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not actually got to do an official like Lucasfilm sponsored thing. And for our area for Wichita, there's really only two of them. We have the baseball, we have the minor league baseball team who is it's AAA, but it is tied to the Milwaukee Brewers baseball team,
Mm-hmm.
and they have Star Wars night. So last Friday night, we actually got to have Star Wars night, and we dressed up in our, obviously our outfits. I don't have Vader yet. I don't have the pieces yet. I'm getting them. I actually kind of an update for everybody. I found out the other day that. The company who is making the inner leather, the tabards, and the cape, and the cod piece and that kind of stuff, they're in the process of making that right now, and they had some questions about like some of my measurements, so they wanted to double check on them. But that's how I know
Right.
that they're making everything and they're getting everything put together for that. So I'm excited. They're getting that stuff put together. Now, as far as like the armor is concerned and like the final pieces, I have no idea because I have everything else. I got my saber back. I had a little issue with the saber. I sent it in and got it back. But as far as the other pieces are concerned, I don't have any idea when those are going to be here. It's just a matter of how long it takes for them to make them. That it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
But so I went in my Jedi outfit. It was hot. I'm just going to say that out loud. It was freaking hot. By the time that was over with, it was freaking hot. So, but I enjoyed it. It was a great time. We were at the baseball stadium, and our baseball stadium is newer. It's newer for like a few years, and they have a great Star Wars night. They sell lightsabers. They do Star Wars related stuff, and we were kind of we got to do like meet and greets as people came in and stuff like that, and take pictures with all the kids, which is really cool. And it it seems kind of weird, but when we were going out, we were doing things. We had a Boba Fett, which was cool. He was in full like original trilogy, OG trilogy Boba Fett gear. Steve, you would have liked it. He was in full detailed, full armor. He looked like Boba Fett. It was freaking great. And one of the guys came down and brought his fully built out R2D2, which was great. He has it on remote control and it does sound and it does all this stuff. And then we had a Vader there, and there's me and my Jedi and stuff like that. And it was cool because, like named characters people recognize more, and they want to take pictures with the named characters. So like Vader, R2, Boba Fett, stuff like that. So if you're just kind of a generic background character, it's kind of like they're like, oh, that's cool, whatever. But when there's a named character there, it's kind of crazy. But the reason I bring that up is because I've never had this happen as long as I've been doing this for a little less than a year. And then the stuff that I did like at Comic Cons and stuff like that before, where people wanted to take pictures and stuff like that. But when I was there was a lot of interactions with like younger kids, which was crazy. And one of the there's basically two things I wanted to highlight. Two things is that there was two occasions at the thing where we had young kids show up as sequel trilogy characters. So we had a couple young Rays, we had a couple young we had a couple kids in First Order Stormtroopers, we had a couple Kylo Ren show up. And I love that. I think that's great. And this is like something we talk about, we don't hit on very much because we don't want to like get into the whole the hatred for the sequel trilogy and all that kind of stuff. But something I do want to highlight is that at celebrations at like Rebel Scum Con, like you and I are going to be hitting up here in a couple weeks, things like that. The great thing about it is that as much as the OG trilogy to people like me and Steve, or prequel trilogy characters to the next generation, and then sequel trilogy characters to the current younger generation, everybody finds something they like about it and something that inspires them. And it's really cool to see these kids show up and they're not involved or wrapped up in the hatred. They're not involved in the politics. they just show up as their favorite characters. And one of the little girls that showed up, or actually both of them, really, both of the little girls that I saw showed up in Ray outfits. They had the whole Ray thing. They had the staff. They had their hair done up like it. They were really trying to emulate and capture that character. And I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was great that these two young people were like found something that they aspired to and found something great. And it made me think of like when I was younger, did I want to dress up like Luke, and did I want to be a Jedi, or did I want to be Obi-Wan, or stuff like that? And so it was real great to see those kids actually be there and show up and be in costume, and hopefully be spared from the online rhetoric and crap that comes out of the just the internet.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing about it too is that I'm just my character is not a named or movie inspired character, unfortunately. I mean, how many bald guys do you see in Star Wars? But the good thing about it is that every once in a while I have people come up and they'll ask me who I am, and they'll say, I'll tell them I'm a Jedi and stuff like that, and they like the Jedi, they think it's cool, they think my lightsaber's cool, and I can do twirling and do different things with my lightsaber, so they like that part of it, and I try to do what I can to bring that character to life, so that way the kids find something cool about it, they find something interesting about it, or they get interested in it. And what was really awesome for me this time was I had a little girl. This is the third one, not one of the Rays, but one of the other ones. She was wearing a Star Wars T-shirt, and her parents said that she really loved Star Wars. She loved everything about Star Wars. She's seen all the movies, and she loved Star Wars, and she was a big Star Wars fangirl and all this kind of stuff. And as they were explaining to me, this little girl came up to me and she gave me the biggest freaking hug. She
Aw.
just came up to me and wrapped her arms around me and just like tackled me and hugged me and was like, it was like, okay, that was the first time that had happened since I had been in costume and was interacting with kids and doing stuff, even with like at the hospitals and stuff like that. I had never had that happen before. And she come up and just gave me this huge hug, and she wanted to take a picture with just me. And she was kind of, her parents said she really liked the Jedi and she liked the lightsabers and all that kind of stuff. And she wanted to take a picture with just me and gave me a big old hug when she was taking the picture. And to me, even if it happens only once, it makes it worth it. It makes it so cool to have that happen and to have little kids say that, the same thing as I was when I was their age, to say that these characters inspired me, or these characters are somebody that I aspire to, or something to that effect. And so it was a great moment. It was really cool. And I was kind of nervous about it because being in a huge stadium with all these people and seeing all these guests and all these players and all that kind of stuff come in, and everybody was like, "Oh, we love Star Wars. We love Star Wars. Everything's cool. We love Star Wars." It gives me hope that a lot of the hatred and a lot of the crap that you see online and a lot of the toxicity really kind of exists in the online spaces. It doesn't exist as much in public as you might think. And
Right.
like with celebrations and like Rebel Scum Con that we're going to, and the celebration next year, and then seeing people in public, and like even when like we were talking about, like me and Adam were talking about the when we went to San Francisco, we actually walked from Lucasfilm back to our hotel, which was probably about a mile, I think. And as we were doing that, people were yelling at us driving down the street, and they were like, "Oh, Star Wars! We love Star Wars! Oh, that's awesome! You guys are cool!" And we were showing them our, we were doing our twirls with our lightsabers, and we were doing stuff, and we saw people walking down the streets. Oh yeah, we love Star Wars and stuff like that. So it was just like I said, it was a great thing, and for me, it was a cool moment because I like visiting the kids at the hospital and seeing them light up when their favorite characters show up and stuff like that. But when a kid comes up and you're just a random character, and she gives you a hug and says, "I've seen the movies, and we love our Star Wars characters," and she was happy to see a Jedi, like big dude like me as a Jedi. I was
Yeah.
like, man, that was freaking cool. That's why for so long I just wanted to be a part of the 501st and the Rebel Legion, is because of stuff like that. Not because the all the nonsense about certain groups or certain people being better than others and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's all about the joy and bringing those characters to life for kids and for even adults who come up and they're like, oh, we love Star Wars, man, you guys are so cool, that kind of stuff. That's cool. So I was nervous about going to the game and doing that in front of a stadium full of people and being there when people were coming in, but it actually turned out to be a great experience. I had a good time. And Drew, or Artist Armory in the chat, who just showed up, he was there too, and he was dressed as an Imperial officer, and we just had a good time and hung out, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, always love spending time. So that was my Friday in a nutshell. That's a lot. So how was your week?
Was that all that you had that interesting
Yeah,
happened
I mean,
this week?
really, that was kind of. Oh, no, that wasn't all that was interesting. My Saturday was kind of boring. I sat around, didn't do a whole lot, but my Sunday was better because I finally got to sit down and watch Masters of the Universe.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
So yeah, Drew popped into the chat room. How's it going, Drew?
Hey, Drew.
Brennan is in the chat room. How's it going, Brennan?
Hey, Brennan. Hey, buddy.
And
I think Steve, too.
Is in the chat room. Woohoo!
Glad you guys could finally make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see, my week.
But yeah. I finally got a chance to actually sit down. Didn't have any chores to do, and got to watch Masters of the Universe. So yeah.
I mean the biggest thing I guess I did this past week was I went and saw The Odyssey again.
Oh, cool.
Was it better?
Was it better the second time around?
Huh? What was that?
Was it better the second time around?
Yes, but only because we saw it in IMAX.
The second time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You what? Okay, yeah. I'm guessing you didn't see it in IMAX first time.
Man, I don't remember what day that was, but yeah, we went and saw that, and yeah, if you haven't got a chance to see that, it's really good.
I'll probably wait till it comes out on streaming services. I probably will. Yeah, it's
a pretty long movie. I mean, it's almost 3 hours long. So
I heard it was incredibly long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
not incredibly long. I mean, I've watched movies that have been like, I have not subjugated the girlfriend to that yet, but I have watched the extended cuts of like Lord of the Rings, like all 3 movies, and that's a long watch. That's like, I think each one of them's like 3 or 4 hours long for the extended cuts or something like that.
Well,
they're crazy long.
That's how I watched them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for those of you out there who have watched Lord of the Rings, if you have not watched the extended cuts, I highly recommend that you find the time to do so, because the extended cuts include a lot of information and they add a lot of context.
But yeah, it was almost 3 hours long, and actually it was not as long as Oppenheimer. That one was just slightly longer than the Odyssey, just by a few minutes. But
yeah,
I
agree, Bear. The extended cuts are the way to go.
Yeah. Trying to think what else I did. I watched the first episode of the new show Stuart Fails to Save the Universe.
Well, how was that?
It was good. It was a good, solid first episode. For those that don't know, it's a spinoff of Big Bang Theory.
See, I watched episodes of The Big Bang Theory, but I have not watched the whole series.
Oh, I've watched the whole series multiple times. Uh, and I think we have done an episode about Big Bang Theory. I don't remember when that was. It was before your time. August 2021 is when we did our Big Bang Theory episode. But yeah, no,
I would have to do a crap ton of prep work because I like I said, I've watched episodes, but I've never watched it like continuous episodes or anything like that. I've never watched it like that. So.
Yeah.
And how many seasons are there? There's like what, 8?
Sounds about right. Let me double check.
7 or 8 seasons? I have no idea. I have no clue.
12 episodes or 12 seasons.
Holy crap. Yeah, it would be a while before I could do anything.
Yeah, there are 12 seasons.
And how many episodes per season?
I don't know. It's a total of 279 episodes.
279?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, like Drew just said, it's not exactly like Big Bang Theory because it's got like a post-apocalyptic multiverse slant to it. So you'd have to watch it to understand, but it was pretty good. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I've got some news that I'm not going to make public. This is kind of just yeah.
I already know.
Not that news.
Oh,
the one that I
didn't tell me.
I didn't have time to talk about it.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah. But,
we can talk about that later.
We'll get to that one later. It's good news.
We'll get to that later.
It's good news. Regarding a certain current situation I'm in. But yeah. So
moving on.
So yeah, that's about it. Apparently bear hit a deer this week.
Oh, well, I mean, you live in Canada, dude. I mean, you live in Canada, dude. I mean,
yeah, you live in Canada now. I'm surprised it wasn't a moose.
I'm surprised it wasn't one of Santa's reindeer.
Yeah, he says the deer survived, but my truck front end grill, radiator, headlight did not.
Oh, damn. Where do you live in Canada, Bear? Just out of curiosity. Because if I can ever talk the girlfriend into going to Banff in the summer, we might come and see you.
Matt, where in the world did you pull that out of your ass? For the record, viewers, no, I am not getting a nipple ring. Because I already have one. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God. That ranks right up there with Are You Sleeping? No clue why that's a thing, but apparently
4 hours north of Vancouver.
Vancouver, okay.
But
place called you're gonna butcher that. I'm not even gonna try that.
Yeah,
dude, I'm gonna butcher the hell out of it. Lilo. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look that up though because I want to find out where you're at.
No, Bear, that is not the news either. You guys, man, you guys get me. You guys are hilarious. Now I forgot what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's quite a ways away from Banff because it's like the Canadian Rockies, and it's like.
Oh, I know what I was gonna. I was talking to somebody earlier this week, and I was telling them about the show.
Jesus, apparently you're pregnant, Steve.
What's that?
I said apparently you're pregnant.
Yeah,
Bear says you're pregnant.
No. I was telling them about the show, and I mentioned the Coffee Enema show. I can't remember when it was or what episode that was?
It was early. It was early in my tenure as your co-host.
Man,
It
I wish
was
I
it
could
was
remember
early.
which one it was.
It was early. I can't remember. I don't think. No, I don't think Lloyd. I don't think Lloyd was with us when we did that one. I think that was one that you and I did. So I think it was shortly after we did the 2 episodes, like the first 2 episodes you and I did. It was shortly after that. So it was a long time ago.
These
Matt
guys are
says you got it.
coming up with some
Matt
really
says you
weird.
got a. Matt says you got a lower back tramp stamp.
Yeah, no.
You got a lower back tramp stamp of Boba Fett's eyes.
Man, I really want to know what episode that was because I want to go back and like take a clip from it. Man, okay, so it might have been this one.
Nut had a baby a little. Yeah, we need to come up with a female companion for Nut because apparently they had babies.
Nut had babies. I don't know how that works because that was
Someone I was going to say someone I said female companion because somebody said Nut had babies. I'm like, well, unless Steve didn't announce to me that Nut was female. He's got a friend. So
no, Nut is a boy. So yeah, I don't know where that came from. Man, I'm looking through some of our show notes and
did you actually write down the fact that we discussed coffee enemas in your show notes? I mean, that's what I wanted. That's what I would be curious about.
I don't know if I did or not. Maybe I didn't. That's a bummer. If anybody out there that watches the show can tell me what episode it was, and you can tell me in the Discord when you find it.
I will. If you have that good a memory, I will buy you a fanny.
Well, if they do the research too, I mean, they can go back and if they have nothing better to do with their lives, I'm not going to do it.
If you can find the first time we discussed that because you're that good and you're that attuned to the show, I will buy you a fanny pack. I swear.
There you go. JD will buy you a fanny pack.
I will purchase for you a fanny pack and send it to you in the mail. If it ends up being somebody that we see at Rebel Scum Con, I will bring it for you.
There you go. Speaking of, actually, that's not helpful, Spencer.
That episode, that's not helpful.
That is not helpful at all. So an update on Rebel Scum Con. It is now 10 days away.
Hang on.
10 days.
I have to.
We are almost to single digits, folks.
We are almost to single digits. Today's not my girlfriend. My girlfriend is like 9 days. We're still counting today.
Yeah, that's not helpful either, Spencer.
That one. Yeah, it was that one. No, that doesn't qualify for fanny pack.
That definitely does not qualify for the fanny pack. No. We need an episode number or what the main topic was.
And Spencer, by the way, we are going to miss you, buddy.
Yeah, you're not even going to be at Rebel Scum Con.
You're not going to be there. We are going to miss you, Spencer. That would have been cool if you could have made it. But it will be me, my girlfriend Julie, Steve, and Drew. We will all be there. And as of today, we do have tickets. Spencer, you can attest to this. We do have tickets for Boonta Eve. And if you're still in the chat, Spencer, you need to tell Drew about Boonta Eve and how much fun we had. And the fact that literally we had celebrities like going by our table and saying hi.
Okay, so Matt has a guess.
167.
167. Okay, so let me find the show notes for 167, and I will be checking your work after we're done with this live stream.
Yeah, we're we're not just going to have faith. We'll let you know
No,
on
I'm not going to
Discord
take
if
your
you were
word
right.
for it.
We'll let you
Right.
know on Discord if you're right. If you do, and Matt, if it's you and you are correct, when I see you at Rebel Scum Con, hopefully I will, if I can order it and have it here in time, I will have a fanny pack for you.
Yeah, it's not in the show notes, so I will go
He
back.
said he just made that up.
Oh, god dang it.
Steve was hopeful because he was hoping somebody else would do the research for him.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not that committed. Seriously though, if you guys can find it, puppy. I don't know where Leia is.
I don't know.
I know she's in this room somewhere. I just don't know where.
What's up, buddy? Puppy.
Puppy.
He was
All right.
apparently he was missing me, and he was not happy with the fact that I was not paying attention to him. So he decided to jump up here and crawl into my lap. So anyway, puppy,
folks.
who as of next month he won't be a puppy anymore. He'll be a year old.
No, you can still call him a puppy.
Well, yeah. Well, we have a 10-year, we have an almost 10-year-old black lab that we still call puppy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
fingers are not food.
I mean, I still call Leia kitten sometimes. So, you know.
Hi to everybody.
What was I?
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I lost my train of thought. Squirrel. Take a drink.
Mm-hmm.
There was something I was going to talk about. Now I can't freaking remember.
Well, we don't have any Drawn to the Force this week because there's no Star Wars comics coming out.
We do not.
Did we mention that? Have we done our social media yet?
No, but there was something else I was going to talk about, and I cannot remember what it is.
Uh-oh. Did it have to do with Rebel Scum Con?
Okay, we were talking about the puppy.
We were talking about Rebel Scum Con. We were talking about Boons. We were talking about Boon to Eve.
I know what else happened this week.
There it is.
Because you were talking about the puppy, and I mentioned Leia, and it's Leia connected. So she had a birthday this week.
Oh, Leia had a birthday.
She is 8 years old now. And yeah. Princess Leia, folks. I know you folks out there know who Princess Leia is.
Yep. Happy birthday. Like I said.
No, Matt, it is not Indiana Jones time. We've still got a lot of other stuff to talk about.
We got things to go through. I need to show you my thingy first.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I hate to break it to you, Spencer, but no.
We are gonna miss you, dude. Seriously.
We're just not gonna talk
for Rebel Scum Con, that would be great because we actually have me and Julie, or Julie and I, use proper English here, excuse me. Julie and I actually have relatives that are going to be showing up from Washington, like West Coast Washington, that are going to be there. And then myself, Steve, and Drew will be there. We actually have a lot of people that are going to be showing up. Matt will be there. I think his wife and his son will be there. There's going to be a lot of people there that we know that are pretty much regulars. Now, if we could get Mari to show up because she's a Comic-Con person, that would be fantastic, but I don't think she actually would be able to. Yeah. So if we could get all those people to show up, and like I said, Spencer, we've got tickets for Boon to Eve. We're going back to Boon to Eve this year, which is a big Friday night little karaoke. It was a lot. It was a great time. We had a good time. Like I said, we literally had like Sam Witwer and a few other celebrities who like literally walked past our table and said hi, and we got to hang out and have a good time. And we're going to be doing that again this year. And yeah, so you'll definitely be missed, Spencer.
it'll be it won't be the same without you. Okay, so social media. If you do want to hang out with us and talk with us between episodes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just the live stream just isn't enough shenanigans for you. We have social media. We have this link right here, because I'm not going to give you all the links. That would take too long. But this link here, if you're listening and not watching the video, it is bio.link/Rebel Nerd Radio. And that will take you to all our social media. So like Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Twitter. As I've said before, we do have a TikTok, but don't bother because I don't update it.
Nothing is done with it.
Yeah, I don't bother.
Where's Joy? Where's Joy? She's volunteered in the past.
Yeah, where is Joy? Yeah, Joy's not in the chat room tonight. What the heck? Okay.
Well, what the hell?
What the hell,
okay.
man?
What the hell?
Come on, Joy. But it won't just take you to our social media. It will also take you to our merch store where you can get shirts, coffee mugs, crossbody bags,
fanny packs, if you can tell us what episode we talked about coffee enemas in.
Yeah. So yeah, go on there and buy your Rebel Nerd Radio merchandise there. And then it will also take you to the best Rebel Nerd Radio link, the Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
The Discord server is definitely where the shenanigans like never stop. Constantly something.
What did you say? 23/7 shenanigans?
23/6. No, I don't know. 23/7. Yeah, 23/7. There is somebody in the Discord, and we talk about all sorts of things. We talk about movies and the 80s and TV and music and books, and comic books and games and food and every once in a while sports. But
in the 80s, did you mention the 80s? We talked about the 80s. Okay, I mentioned it twice because it's fun.
But yeah, that's a newer one.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of fun in there. Good community. Lots of fun. And then finally, it will also take you to our Patreon, where if you would like to contribute financially to our pursuits,
basically, if you'd like to help us pay the StreamYard bill.
Yeah, if you want to help us pay our StreamYard bill, you can be a patron. And you can be a patron for only $2 a month. And that will get you some stickers and some cool little knickknacks that JD does with his 3D printer.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get around to it, we have bonus content,
mm-hmm.
which we will get to.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say when, but we will get there.
Yep. We do have a couple. We do already have a couple. We do have, to let everybody know, we do have a couple pre-planned episodes for Kryptonian Chronicles. But I think Steve, you said Dave is kind of dealing with some stuff right now. So now that we are back, as soon as Dave is ready and we're able to, We have some Superman and Superman adjacent topics that we want to talk about, including the original Christopher Reeve movie. We want to talk about Supergirl. We have comics that we want to talk about. We have just different subjects that we're going to talk about Kryptonian Chronicles. And if you get a chance, we have some great discussions with Dave, who is one of our Patreons. We're going to be making those. I think you said those are going to be Patreon first, and then put them on YouTube.
Right.
Is that right? Yep.
Right.
And we do have some RPG games that we did play in the past. I don't know if those will ever come back to light, but those are on there. So,
oh yeah, eventually we're going to get back into doing the Star Wars campaign.
We got to get everybody back on the same page, though.
Yeah, we got to get the schedule.
Now that we're on the same page, we got to get them back on the same page.
Yeah. And then we have, when we get around to it, we will have our new series, The Popcorn Was Better Than the Movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which we will.
That's actually my fault because that's my fault because I'm slacking because our first episode is supposed to be Madam Web and I just have not watched it yet. So that's sort of my bad.
I don't really want to watch it, but yeah.
But you don't have to watch it because you've already seen it. I need to watch it.
Yeah, but I don't remember it well enough to talk badly about it, other than to say it was bad. But yeah, so you'll get all that plus the stickers and the knickknacks, and then you also get to hear us say your name on the live stream because I know that is like the most favorite of everybody. So, with that in mind, we want to thank all of our wonderful patrons: Drew, Adam, Smirking Bear, Taco Cat, Matt, Steve Spawn, Brian, Brennan, Chantel Gonzalez, Charlie Kirby, Justin Hensley, Kelly and Chris Olson, and finally, Dave Brown. Thank you all for supporting us and, as we said before, helping us pay our StreamYard bill. Because StreamYard keeps
raising their rates.
And it
does. For those of you who don't know, that's literally what we use it for. The Patreon is there to pay the StreamYard bill. Because, as Steve has mentioned in the past, we have tried some alternate streaming services, and they are shit. I don't know how else to explain it. They are shit. So, yeah.
No, Spencer. That is incorrect.
Steve secretly loves men.
I would rather
because
sit down.
Matt is usually the one who gives you crap about movies, and now Spencer is joining in on the fun.
See, I would rather sit and watch E.T. 10 times straight than watch Madam Web.
That's pretty serious.
So yeah,
that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So that's all for that. As I said, we don't have a Drawn to the Force tonight because there are no Star Wars comic books to speak of that are coming out this week. So that's a bummer. But even though we don't have Drawn to the Force, we are about
wait. Hang on. I might actually have to buy my own girlfriend a freaking fanny pack, dude. I'm not even kidding you. She's over there dying laughing right now. She sent me a message in text. Our Return of the Jedi episode from a certain point of view, which is the one where we did Return of the Jedi, a certain point of view. She said coffee enema ? On YouTube. So, Steve, you need to research that and see if that's where we come.
That is,
because if you do, I literally have to buy my own girlfriend a freaking fanny pack.
Okay, so that would be episode 153.
Yep.
Which was early in your tenure, but not one of the first episodes.
No, it was early, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, your
She's
first,
over here dying laughing because she thinks she found it.
That you were a guest on was 145, but I think your first official one was probably 147.
Yeah.
Okay, so 153 is the one that I need to look at. Okay. Thanks, Julie. If you're right, then
Steve says thanks. If you're right, I have, like I said, I have to buy my own girlfriend a freaking. I may get upgraded to a crossbody bag because she likes crossbody bags.
Yeah.
So it might end up being a crossbody bag. I don't know.
Okay.
She's over here laughing like it's freaking. She's over here giggling like it's freaking like she's dying.
Ah, man. Well, it's not in the show notes, but that doesn't mean it's not there because I may have not put it in there.
It doesn't mean it's not there. Anyway, we'll check it later. This is a good reason that you need to subscribe to our Discord if you're not already and be in our Discord, because we will have to put it in Discord and I will have to eat crow if that's the case, that my own girlfriend is the one who actually found our episode that we talked about coffee enemas. So why this is a thing, I don't know, but it is a thing. And somehow I got suckered into it. So
yeah, I don't know why I said.
I don't know.
I need you. Because I was talking to somebody earlier this week about it, and I was like, and I can't tell them
what episode
it was because I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah. I know it was early in the tenure, but I have no idea.
Spencer, to this day, I still have not tried a coffee enema. So
please don't. I've heard of. Yeah, I'll have to tell you that later.
I'll tell you what, though.
We need to get to show me your thingy so we get to the main topic.
I do drink a lot of coffee.
Me too.
And I just don't think I would enjoy it as a coffee enema as much as I do drinking it.
I'm you know what, to be honest, I'm with you. I'm a flavor connoisseur. So if it doesn't have the right flavor, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether it's coffee. It doesn't matter whether it's beer. It doesn't matter whether it's liquor or wine or sodas or whatever. I enjoy the taste of things and how they land on the palate. And if it doesn't taste right, or if I can't actually drink coffee, I don't think it would be worth it. That's just my take.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I'm kind of a coffee snob, so I do like the taste, but I'm one of those people that I like flavored coffee. I don't care for flavors per se.
Coffee flavored coffee.
But yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, if I was gonna do the coffee enema, then it would defeat the purpose of having the taste. But I digress. Yeah.
Time to move on.
We don't need to go through that subject again. It is, however, time for us to show you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. So
I'm gonna try to make mine quick.
My niece's partner gave me this. It's a toy, but I'm pretty sure it is the riot baton from Force Awakens.
Yeah, I think it is. Oh no, that's from The Last Jedi.
Is it?
Yeah, that's that executioner's axe from The Last Jedi. The riot baton from A Force Awakens is the one that he has. That's like it goes across his shoulder. It goes. I have one of those.
What is it called? The Executioner?
Yeah, it's it's like a laser axe or something. I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it's from The Last Jedi for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna find out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking it up.
It's cool. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. It is a BL-155 laser axe.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, I knew it was from Star Wars because otherwise she wouldn't have gave it to me.
Oh yeah. No, it's cool. I have not actually seen one of those. I wonder. I'd like to know where she found that.
I don't know where she got it.
That would be cool.
Matt, you are correct. You also spelled enema wrong, but that's all right. So yeah, that's my thingy. That's my show and tell for today.
That's awesome. I'd like to know where she got that because I actually have the Black Series riot baton from when Finn had the lightsaber and he fought.
Traitor!
Yeah, that scene from Maz Kanata's castle. I have that riot baton. So I would love to know where they got the axe from. That would be cool. I'd love to know where if it's yeah. I'd like to know where they got that. That'd be cool. Might have to look that up later.
Yeah. All right. Let's see your thingy.
Okay. Well, so yeah. So that's actually going to be a two-part. So you'll have to come back next week to see the other thingy because this is actually like a one of two kind of thing. But I figure if I've always had the Return of the Jedi Black Series Vader helmet, and I've also had the OG version of Boba Fett's helmet from Return of the Jedi. And the other last week, if you were here, if you tuned in, you saw that I got the Leia Bausch helmet with all the electronics and all that kind of stuff. So it only makes sense that if I'm going to have Return of the Jedi stuff, which everybody knows is my favorite, I got to have this one. And I'm so glad that I got it. And I actually bought this directly from the store when it went up for sale. I had to choose between this or the Leia Bausch helmet, and because I couldn't get both at the same time, so I actually got Lando's skiff guard, Beckett's skiff guard helmet, if you like, because I think they're one and the same.
Yeah.
But I got the skiff guard helmet. So I will unbox that for you now and show it to you. So I took...
Dude, quit taking things out of the box.
Dude, you can't leave this in the box. You can't
When are you going to learn? Don't take things out of the box.
Then what's the point of buying them? I mean, seriously. I don't know what that is. What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is. I'm sure I'll figure it out. So give me a second. You got to take it out of the box. I mean, you can't leave these in the box. I mean, a lot of you know that I have a standing rule. If I can see it in the packaging, I will leave it in the packaging. But if I cannot see it, if you cannot see it in the packaging, I have to take it out. Oh, look at that. That is outstanding.
Are you okay there?
Look at that. That's freaking cool.
You sound like you're having way too much fun with that.
I'm having issues with this. This is awesome. This is great. No, I like this. This is cool. Let me see. There is a reason why they sent me that tube, whatever it is. Hang on. They might have actually included a stand with this. You got to be kidding me. Hang on a minute. I will try this on here in just a second. Give me just a second. They did. Holy crap. This is freaking awesome, dude. Does that like that? How does that go in there? I'm going to have to figure out how that goes in there. Give me a second to read the restrictions. I will do that in a second. But here, hang on.
I'm waiting.
There you go.
All right.
I like it. I like it. Lando's skiff guard helmet from Return. I'm going to call it Lando's skiff guard helmet from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. But I haven't even put the padding in it or anything. But I have to say, this thing is fucking probably one of the best fitting helmets out of all of them that I've tried, at least for the most part. I think like the Captain Rex one was almost as cool, but this one is freaking awesome. I love this thing, man. But I think I'm a little biased because Return of the Jedi is my favorite movie. So, but yeah, there you go. Yep, that's going to go on the same shelf as Leia Bausch, Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi, and now this one will be on the same shelf. So it's back. It's actually done. So yeah,
Matt.
What did he say? What did he say?
Nerd boner.
Nerd boner, exactly.
You know what, Matt? You have a good idea. What we should do is we should get shirts made where the front says, what?
Oh crap! There's more in here than I thought. Go ahead, do your thing, and I'll figure this out.
No,
and I'll
get a shirt made where the front says, "Show me your thingy," and the back says #NerdBoner.
People are not going to get that at all.
But that's okay.
Yeah, but that's
conversation starter.
We don't care. We might be creepy. We might go to jail because of a T-shirt, but who cares?
Why would we go to jail? Come on, man.
I love it. And yet again, like the Leia Bausch helmet, yet again, there is no freaking instructions on how this is supposed to be put together. I love it. It's freaking, it's so stupid. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. I'm Steve. I'm not even joking. There is no instructions in the inside of this thing. Okay, maybe I can just figure it out. Hang on a minute. Go ahead.
Matt says, "Damn it, JD. Steve was complimenting me, and you ruined it."
Sorry, dude.
No, I mean, as far as the helmets go, really, I just want a Boba Fett helmet.
I have one of them. To be honest with you, when they were coming out with helmets, they had when Black Series was doing helmets, some of the first helmets they put out was actually one of the very first ones they put out was the OG Boba Fett helmet. And then they came out with like when Book of Boba Fett came out, they came out with his new repainted one. I think they came out with a version that was like severely like distressed from him being in the Starlight Pit. And then they also came out with the prototype Boba Fett helmet, which was the white one. I have one. I have the OG helmet. That's the one that I have. I have the OG helmet. I think I actually did this wrong. I think I actually put this in upside down. I think I did. Crap. There we go. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. So for those of you who are like wondering what the hell I'm doing out here. So they included
that looks suspect. That looks suspect.
Okay, so what it is this is what they said in here. This is,
the way you were holding it, it kind of looked like something that was a little inappropriate.
Well, there's a symbol on the front of it right there. But so what this is, I have actually never seen this in the Black Series or the special edition helmets from Galaxy's Edge or anything like that, or from the Disney Store or anything. They actually included a helmet stand with it this time. And so now you see this, and that is literally the end result. You can actually stick it on a helmet stand and you can put it here. Now, much like the Leia Bausch helmet, this one actually, and as I sit it down here, it actually looks.
Spencer.
What do you say?
Spencer's telling me to get my mind out of the gutter. I can't
Yeah,
help
exactly.
if it looks like something that isn't.
But this one, just like the Leia Bausch helmet, this one actually has padding that you can put in there. So I imagine if I add the padding, it would probably be a lot better. But this actually has padding that you can put inside there. But that's cool. I mean, the fact that they included a stand with it and the detail on it is really cool. It doesn't have quite the leather detail that like the Bausch helmet had,
Yeah.
but the bones, if you look at the bones on it, if you check it out, look at the bones are like the protruding bones and stuff. That's really cool. I mean, I like it. Like I said, it's not leather. There's no alternate materials or anything like that on here. But I dig it, man. I think it's freaking great. I love what they did with this. This looks great. And then the fact that they included a helmet stand with it on top of it, that's awesome. The only sucky part is that where I'm going to put it right next to Boba Fett, which is down here. I don't think the helmet stand will fit, which sucks. So it is what it is.
I just sent you a message on Discord because it's in reference to the Boba Fett helmet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
All right. Well, that's it for Show Us Your Thingy.
Yeah. And we're an hour into the show, so we actually need to get to our topic.
Yeah. Now we're an hour into the show, and we are ready to talk about Temple of Doom.
Yes.
So we'll get the little general information out of the way, like I always have to do, because I don't think I have OCD, but I don't know.
Oh crap! It will fit. I lied. I'm sorry. Going back 1 second. Going back. The helmet stand will fit. Here, hold on. Hang on, everybody. You ready? Right there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Boba Fett, right there. Darth Vader, and then Leia Bausch. So it fits. Sweet.
Very cool. All right. So, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. As we mentioned last week, this is actually a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark. Even though Raiders of the Lost Ark was released first, this story takes place before. Directed again by Steven Spielberg. Story, again, was written by George Lucas. This one was released. The official release date is May 23rd, 1984. Listen to the box office draw. This is incredible. The budget was $28 million. The box office was $333 million. So it made back its
It made back its money.
It made back its money.
100%. 100%.
In this one, we get the introduction of a new character. Well, lots of new characters, but specifically a new character that really should have gotten more movies with him in it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Short.
I wish. I wish. Now I don't know. Now in Last Crusade, I don't know how they would have done it because it focused more on Indy's and his father, which we'll talk about in the next episode. But in Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think he should have at least been a prominent figure, if not been like a side figure, like if he was hanging out with Saul, or if they left him with Saul, like say in the Last Crusade, he was hanging out with Saul. and he was helping him, or he was helping Indy, in other means. But I would have loved to have seen Short Round in other movies. That would have been
Yeah.
fantastic. Like even in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, if they'd have brought him back as an adult, or like Dial of Destiny, if they'd have done it as an adult, I think he would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
It would have been great to see Short Round again.
He got robbed.
Yeah, he was a cool character. But you know what though? Data from the Goonies. I mean, come on.
Fair.
Yeah.
So Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was it was nominated for Best Original Score by John Williams. It did not win, but it did win the Academy Award that year for Best Visual Effects. Now, if I remember correctly, wasn't this one of the first movies that got a PG-13 rating?
Now that I don't know. I thought you could be right. You could be right. I don't remember. To be honest with you, I don't remember if this was the first. I don't remember if this is the first one to get a PG-13. I don't think so, but we can. I mean, it's a quick Google search, and we'll be able to tell. So let me look it up.
I'm reading some notes here. Hang on. In response to some of the more violent sequences, Spielberg suggested that the Motion Picture Association alter its rating system, and it did within 2 months of the film's release, creating a new PG-13 rating. Okay, so it is because of the movie that the PG-13 rating was.
So the first, so the first PG-13 movie to hit theater screens was actually Red Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see that in the theater.
Nor did I, but I know the original.
I have seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking of the theater, did you see this one in the movie theater?
No.
Okay.
No. Actually, honestly, I think. Let's see. When did this one come out? Was it 86?
It was released in 84.
84. Okay. No, I did not see this one originally in theaters. This was actually another one of those I saw on HBO as a double feature.
Okay.
So it was the Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom that I got to see this one. Yeah. And the to be honest with you, the pulling the heart out of the person scene was freaky until I saw the bugs.
Man, that was awesome. No, I did go see this one in the theater. I had by that time seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. But yeah, I saw this one in the theater, and it was a lot of fun.
You know what's funny is it speaking of that, what's funny is that the very first Star Wars movie I got to see in theaters was obviously Return of the Jedi 1983 with my father's father. The cool part is if I remember correctly, the first Indiana Jones movie I got to watch in theaters was The Last Crusade, and that was with my mother's father. So my mother, so my grandfather on my mother's side. So the very first Star Wars was my father's father. My very first Indiana Jones was my mother's father, which is kind of cool.
So Spencer has a hot take, and I would have to agree that this is definitely a hot take. He says that Temple of the Doom is the weakest. And you're including Crystal Skull in the running.
That would be a point of we need to clarify that. Are we talking about the first three, or are we talking about all five? Because Spencer, we need to have a personal conversation if that's the case.
Even if we're talking first three, I would not say it is the weakest.
If we're talking if we're talking first three, I would agree, but let me preface that by saying of the three movies, they were all great movies.
Yeah.
They were all great movies. Of all of the three movies, of the first three, saying that it was the weakest of the three is not an insult in any way. For me, is not an insult in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Because
I think he's talking
I
about
love
all
the
of
Temple
them.
of Doom. I love the Temple of Doom. The Last Crusade is my favorite, not because I saw it with my grandfather movies, but because I think The Last Crusade was just, with Sean Connery and all of them, was just a fantastic, I think it was the best of the series. Raiders of the Lost Ark comes in second, and then Temple of Doom, but that's only because of I saw Raiders first, then I saw Temple of Doom, and I thought Temple of Doom was great because there's great scenes in it. There's great, everything about it was good. But if I had to rank all three of them, Temple of Doom would fall last. But that is in no way saying I didn't like the movie or that's some kind of like insult or negativity towards the movie. In no way, shape, form, or fashion.
So Spencer has said he is including Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny. So I really have to disagree with you.
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
That is a hot take.
That is definitely a hot take.
Counterpoint.
But I mean, you know what though, Steve? I mean, Steve, we always talk about on the show, like what you like. If that's the way you feel about it, I'm not gonna besmirch you for it. I may not agree with you, but if that is your take, that is your take.
Yeah, no, I definitely.
It is a very hot take. It is 100% a hot take, but
I definitely do not agree with him. Matt also does not agree with Spencer. He has said people who don't like Temple of Doom are the weakest.
You notice I said I never said I didn't like Temple of Doom. I just said of the original three. And I don't know why, honestly, I don't know why I separate them. I because the original three are the original three, and then the add-ons are what they are.
Yeah. Matt also says that Crystal Skull is beyond weak. Okay.
See, I didn't mind. I don't hate Crystal Skull. I like the Crystal Skull. I don't rank it in the top three, and I don't rank it anywhere near the top of the original three. But I liked the Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull was okay for me. I liked it. I thought it was good. Yeah.
We're going to have an interesting time talking about the Crystal Skull when we get to
probably. The good news is that because of the way I feel about it, it's not going to make an episode of The Popcorn Was Better Than the Movie. Because I definitely don't feel like The Popcorn was better than the movie on that. That's just my opinion.
Okay. I don't think I would put it in Popcorn's better than the movie either.
Yeah.
I would just say of the entire franchise, it is my least favorite.
Including Dial of Destiny?
Oh yeah, I liked Dial of Destiny.
Okay.
So did Steve. Steve says I do like Dial of Destiny. Yeah.
Cool. I actually, you know what, to be honest with you, I need to watch it again because I watched it. I think we went to the theaters to see it, and I've only watched it that one time. So I really need to watch it again.
Yeah, no, I went and saw it in the theater. I think I went and saw it with Blue. Yeah, no, I remember seeing it in the theater. It was good.
Mm-hmm. I liked it when I watched it. So I mean, I just need to watch it again because I haven't had time to sit down.
Well, you're going to have to here in the next few weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so moving on from talking about that. So you first saw it on the double feature.
Yep.
Let's discuss for a moment his relationship with Short Round. So we first see him after the Shanghai nightclub scene, and he's helping him get away in the car, and his feet don't even touch the pedals, so he's got to wear these.
That was so great.
That was great.
Awesome. That was awesome.
So the first time you see this guy, you're like, okay, he's got a little kid for a sidekick. And Matt, we're back to Crystal Skull.
Oh God.
I'm still waiting.
Hey, okay. We will talk about Crystal Skull later. Just be patient, people.
I'm still waiting on my refund for the Crystal Skull. I went to a midnight showing. The plot sucked, and the guy next to me smelled like cat pee.
Okay, that's not the movie's fault that the guy next to you smelled like cat pee, so you can't blame that on the movie.
Maybe it was so bad he peed his pants.
Maybe.
No, but Short Round, in a lot of ways, he really kind of stole this movie. Like, he made it. It was, for me, it was just up a notch from Raiders, because I felt like his relationship with Short Round and just the Short Round sequences, along with another topic we're going to talk to here in a couple of minutes, but his overall chemistry with Willie, I just feel like it was on a different level than Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, don't get me wrong, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a freaking great movie. It's like it's in a category away. I don't know. It obviously wasn't a different movie because it's still Indiana Jones. You are right, Matt. She was a gold digger. But I just feel like especially with Short Round, because like you kind of had more of a comedic tone because of Short Round.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Where there wasn't like a whole lot of comedy in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
You didn't just have a lot of comedy with it. You also had that kind of, he was taking care of him, and you also had a somewhat of I dare say a father-son relationship.
Yeah,
even though they weren't. You had that dynamic between the two of them because in the end he cared about him. He was looking out for him, but at the same time, Short Round was taking care of Indy, and he was like, if Willie said something to him that was insulting or said something, you call him Dr. Jones. It was Short Round was just as protective of Indy as Indy was of him, and you're right. It added something to the dynamic between the two of them. It added something in the movies that Raiders didn't have. I mean, you had the comedy between Indy and her throughout the movie, and you had like the relationship between them and the fact that she was independent. She had her own bar. She had her own things going on, and she was
Marion. You talking about Marion Ravenwood? Okay,
Marion, and the fact that she wanted to do her own thing, and then once he burned the bar down, it was like they were partners because she wanted to be a part of whatever he found and all that kind of stuff. But it seemed like Short Round was there. The whole movie being a prequel, he was all about fortune and glory. He was all about, and there's parts of the movie where they kind of mentioned that his obsession over fortune and glory kind of cost him some respect and cost him some points with different governments and different regions of the world because he was going after artifacts for the money and not going after them for the science. And then by the end of the movie, he realized how important it was that these artifacts were returned to people and they were put in their rightful place instead of exchanging them for money or exchanging, and it seemed like Short Round was there to learn from him, but Short Round already knew his own things. He already had his own skills. He already had his own stuff available, which is kind of why I kind of wish, like you, I wish they would have included him in further adventures. I think I think he would have benefited from it, but in Last Crusade, they focused more on the father-son between Indy and his father.
Yeah.
And when it came to Crystal Skull, they focused more on the fact that Indy had a son and he didn't know it, and they kind of used that as a centerpiece. But I'm like I said, I completely agree with you. I think that they should have included him more in the movies. I think he should have been more of a fixture.
Not only that, I would have been happy if they had made a Short Round spinoff.
Yeah.
Like a spinoff movie, just kind of like his own little adventure. I don't know. I like the Short Round character. He was fun. Like he had some of the he had some of the funniest lines in this movie.
I honestly don't think that Temple of Doom would have had the success that it would have had, say, if they'd have completely removed Short Round from it and it would have been just Indy and Willie. Say if the adventure would have been all about Indiana Jones and Willie as she, kind of unwillingly entered into the whole thing. She just kind of got caught in the crossfire. I don't think the movie would have had near the success if it had not been for Short Round.
But he had some great quotes. He had the Dr. Jones, no time for love.
Yeah.
And
and Matt brought up a good point. He's talking about the jump out with the raft. Now he says he tried it and it failed. Like when she's trying to wake up Indy and she's smacking him and she's waving his hat across, and she's like, Indy. He's like, you'll call him Dr. Jones. And I'm like, this is actually fucking funny. I love that.
That was pretty funny. You call him Dr. Jones, doll.
You call him Dr. Jones, doll.
I keep telling you, you listen to me more, you live longer.
Yeah. And even when they're riding the elephants, he's loving the elephants. Indy's just kind of like, whatever. Yeah. And Willie's like afraid of the elephants. She doesn't know what she's spraying cologne because they stink. And he's just loving the elephants. He's like, holy shit, this is freaking great. And so, yeah, it's great to see the dynamic.
The scene where they're playing cards. I'm very little. You cheat very big.
Yeah.
Short Round was great.
No, I do. I think, like I said, I really don't think the movie would have had quite this. The story would not have meant as much, and there would not have been as much success for the movie if Short Round had not been a part of it. I really do think that is the dynamic between the three of them. I think pretty much made the story more entertaining and more fun.
Yeah, definitely. Before I get to Willie, I've got a trivia question for you. No internet searching, folks.
Oh God.
No internet searching, folks. So I know you're not looking at the internet, so I will ask you.
Okay.
Where was the movie filmed?
Which part?
Most of it.
Well, I mean, you have the scene where they're at the bar, and then you have when they fall or when they jump out of the plane with the raft.
Okay.
And they show up. Yeah.
there were two locations where this film was shot.
Yeah.
There was a studio.
The reason I say that is because I have a trivia question for you.
Okay.
So
there was a studio where they filmed part of the movie, and that was in England. But where else did they film it?
Dude. I know they didn't film in India. I think it was somewhere in Africa.
No.
Okay. I was completely wrong.
Matt, I don't think any of it was filmed in California. I could be wrong, but I don't remember reading anything about it being filmed in California. I remember reading it was in England, but you are right. It was not in India, and it was not filmed in India because the government of India found the film offensive.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was filmed in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Okay.
Yeah. What's your trivia question?
What was the name? And there's people who will know this in the chat, I'm sure, and you might know this too. What was the name of the bar in the first opening scene of the movie?
Oh man.
No internet searches. Come on, people. What was the name of the bar of the club or club that he went to at the beginning of the movie?
I do not know. I know it was supposed to be in Shanghai.
In Shanghai. There is a name of it though. A lot of people miss it when you watch the movie, but it's in there. If you're searching on the internet, because I hear you typing, that's not fair.
That is not me searching. I'm writing notes as we are.
Okay. Yeah. No guesses? Matt actually got it. The name of the club is Club Obi-Wan.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
Yes. The name of the club at the very beginning where he meets the Chinese gangster to turn over the ashes of the first emperor of China is actually called Club Obi-Wan. Huh. And actually, I have to give credit to Matt. In the chat. I did not know this. That apparently one of the showgirls in the first opening sequence of the movie, one of the showgirls is actually Kathleen Kennedy. And I did not know that. And if you look at our Discord, for those of you who are not part of our Discord, if you look at our Discord, Matt is common knowledge, but some people don't know that.
I don't think it's common knowledge. I didn't know it.
Some people didn't. Matt, honestly, people didn't know that. If you go to our Discord and you go to our shenanigans page, which is our main page in Discord, Matt showed a picture of Kathleen Kennedy as one of the showgirls in the opening sequence.
It doesn't look like Kathleen Kennedy, but I'm going to take his word.
It doesn't look like her. I'm just gonna. I'm kind of relying on Matt's word here. I'm hoping that I'm going to take him at his word that that's actually Kathleen Kennedy. So I'm trusting that he's correct on that. I mean, I'm sure we can do a Google search and we can probably find that out. But according to Matt earlier too, he also said that Kathleen Kennedy, George Lucas, and Steven Spielberg also all make appearances in the movie.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got some it looks like he's got some pictures of Lucas and Spielberg and Dan Aykroyd in here too.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. You can't really tell. I mean, I'm looking on the Discord. You can't really tell.
Okay, so according to the internet, Kathleen Kennedy produced the Temple of Doom and appeared in the opening sequence as a dancer. So there you have it.
There you go. Awesome.
All right. Moving on.
Google it, he says. We did. We did Google it.
We did Google it. Okay.
Google it.
So, Willie Scott. Let's talk about the
Mm-hmm.
dynamic between Indy and Willie Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the onset, theirs is a, dare I say, antagonistic relationship. And there are some pretty funny scenes between them as well. There's like this whole scene in the palace where they're kind of going back and forth over certain nocturnal activities. But yeah, they have an argument, and it's some fun. It's some fun banter. I thought it was a pretty fun dynamic. There's a scene that even when I saw it for the first time, I just thought it was hilarious. Was the scene where he comes back into her room after he was attacked by that guy.
Yes.
And he's looking for if there's somebody in there, or like, and then he grabs that statue by the
boobs,
breast,
by the boobs,
and she's
it's
like,
okay.
"I'm right here."
But you got to go back a little bit, because first of all, the scene that I thought was probably one of the most hilarious like context scenes was when they're at dinner. So they're at dinner, and everything they have to eat is like crap that you wouldn't like. It made your gut turn. I mean, live snakes, live baby snakes that fell out of a big snake. They had beetles that they had to suck the meat out of. They had like eyeball soup. They had like, and then one of the more famous one is chilled of monkey brains. So they had monkey brains that were frozen.
Let me stop you for a second. I want to talk about this food. I want to talk about this food.
Okay, lay it on me.
I would probably not eat the eels. But
are those eels or baby snakes?
I think they were eels.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But no. I would have eaten the beetles.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have eaten the soup.
That was eyeballs.
Right.
That was straight up eyeballs. And you can say what you want. I don't think that those were like animal eyeballs.
No.
That was like eyeballs.
And I would have eaten the chilled monkey brain.
The beetles I could take. The live eels or snakes or whatever they were. I don't know. Now the chilled monkey brains.
Right. I totally forgot about that. You're right. They did cut open a big snake.
They cut open a big snake, and all these little snakes fell out of it.
So it must have been baby snakes.
It must have been. I mean, I don't know why you would cut open a big snake and baby snakes would fall out. That's not how it works. So I don't know why. So there's a very good chance that, like, but the thing is that why would you? Let's say, okay, I don't know why I'm going on this tangent. Why would you cook a live snake in that format, and then there would be baby snakes that were still alive inside of it?
I don't know. You got to suspend your disbelief.
I guess.
But yeah, no, I would have ate those beetles. I was like, I don't see the problem. I would have ate those.
I think of all the food that they had, I think the beetles probably, I would have been okay with that. I would have been okay with eating like what was, because I've been to Louisiana, I've eaten crawfish, I've eaten some weird stuff. So beetles probably would have been the better
Here's the
of
thing:
the
when I
few.
was when I was in the military, I spent some time in survival school, and we were out in the wilderness as part of the training, and we they didn't give us food. We had to find our food,
Uh-huh.
and I ate a lot of bugs while I was there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I did
So
the
the
same thing.
beetles, I'm like, and
Yeah, yeah. There was even I know the training you're talking about, and there was even a point where we had to go, and the option was bugs. We could fish for our food if we could find it, or they had a freshly dead animal. I went with bugs.
yeah,
I mean, I'm
I
just
would
saying.
I would have went with
I'm
bugs.
not. I'm not doing the roadkill thing.
No, I ate rabbit when I was there, and I didn't really care for it.
Worms.
Oh,
Had a
I
lot
ate
of
plenty of
worms. I ate worms. I ate grub worms. What was the other one? I ate worms. I ate grub worms, and God, I want to say. I actually want to say we caught a couple crawfish and stuck them on a stick and cooked them over the fire.
Now we spent so they had us broken out into uh like little mini teams.
Hmm.
Um and our there was like four of us. For about a day and a half we chased this deer, but we never caught him. Um but yeah, so we never got any venison, but we had rabbit and we had bugs and we had uh squirrel. Not great. Not
We
good.
literally have a mascot, Steve. We have a mascot as a squirrel, and now you're telling me you ate it.
Sorry, nut. We ate a squirrel. Um. Okay, but back to
Anyway,
okay. So you were talking about the banquet scene in reference
so
to Willie.
you're right. Well, and she's because we went back from that from the part where he storms into her room and he's looking for something, obviously because he got attacked. And the thing about it is it not only did we get the scene with the food where they had to eat different types of either it was raw snake, it was beetles, or it was like monkey brains that had been frozen. Which God only knows what the context of that is, but I'm assuming you freeze a monkey brain, it probably tastes like yogurt or some shit. I don't know, who knows.
No
But
telling.
we
I'd like
also
to try
in
it
that
though.
I I don't know. I mean, I'd love to know if it's like a delicacy somewhere or something, if there's actually a thing. But no, the other part of that too is that when I talked about earlier, we talked about like Indy and his pursuits where he was actually getting in trouble for things. That is where they actually went in and they discussed um like Indy's past and like where he had gotten in trouble and where he had gotten banned from certain countries, and they threatened to cut off his hands because he had actually tried to take treasure, and he was going after his fortune and glory, which is like a trope of um more of your um like your grave robbers. Rather than actually being an archaeologist, they consider those people to be grave robbers because they're taking what they have to offer because or they're taking what they find and they're using it to gain riches rather than using it for scientific research or to post in a museum where everybody can enjoy it and everybody can see it and study it and understand what it is they actually have found. And that's kind of the same scene where you get that, where you got to get one of the guys says that he starts to name all these things that India has done, and they're not things that you would think of when you think of somebody who's trying to do the research, or they want to do it for scientific research, or they want to do it for bring things into a museum where they can be preserved and they can be kept and safe for a long time. You ain't nut nut sister.
Okay, I looked it up.
Okay.
Chilled monkey brains are not a real world cultural dish.
Huh.
Um,
Thank
but
goodness.
apparently there was a name for, I don't think they ever said it in the movie, but this reference here is saying it was called primate parfait.
That makes it even more gross. Do you even know what a parfait is?
I do.
That makes it even more gross.
I don't.
That's
I don't
taking
think
a
that's a
monkey.
parfait.
That's okay. So for those of you who don't know what a parfait is, that is basically what they're saying is they took monkey brains, they put them in a blender, mixed them up, and then froze them and put them back in the head so you could eat it. Okay, wrap your head around that for a second. Yuck.
Okay, so Willie.
Anyway,
So the dynamic with her and Indy was like actually, I mean, the dynamic between all three of them was just, it made it, like we had said earlier, it just made the movie different than Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was just a different kind of movie. But not only that, it was like see, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, he didn't really have so much this like fortune and glory mentality. Whereas in Temple of Doom, he did. Now, eventually.
well, and I think that's why I think I didn't, like I said, until later down the road, I didn't know this was actually a prequel. So
yeah,
his, like you said, his attitude was all about fortune and glory. He wanted to find things that were expensive, and then he wanted to sell them, and he wanted to, he wanted to do the fortune and glory thing. He wanted to find artifacts that were pricey.
yeah,
He wanted to get the money from them, and he wanted to get the glory of saying, "I found these things." And by the end of the movie, when he returns them to the village and he sees what happens when you actually return these artifacts where they belong and to the people they belong to, and you see that it's not always about that. It's more about the people and the people that he interacted with and stuff like that. I think by Raiders, it was to the point where he sees that you see these important artifacts that go to a village that help restore the hope and faith of the village. But when you're talking about religious artifacts that have such an impact on the entire world, like say the Ark of the Covenant, for instance, that's not like something you go, oh, I'm just going to find this and get $1 million off of it. The significance of it, because the Nazis were looking for it, because the Nazis wanted to use it because they wanted its power. They wanted it to be a weapon. They wanted to use it as a weapon.
mm-hmm.
And I think between the end of that and then by the time we get to Raiders of the Lost Ark, we're actually looking at it from the standpoint of it's not just about the archaeology. It's not just about the item and what it's worth and how much money he can make off of it. It's about what it represents and potentially with the Ark of the Covenant, what it can do. And even from a religious standpoint, it's kind of like we talked about last week. From a religious standpoint, if somebody was to actually find the real Ark of the Covenant and they could prove that it was the Ark of the Covenant, look at the religious and the world implications of finding a religious artifact that was tied to one religion or another. And if you were the guy that found it.
Yeah.
I mean, I even think of like going back to like piracy and like I love the pirate era. I love the like Black Flag. I'm playing Black Flag right now. The guy that found, even Robert Ballard, the guy that found the Titanic, and the implication of finding the Titanic and the significance of it, and then finding the wreck of the Queen Anne's Revenge, Blackbeard's ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, and then just recently there was a Discovery Channel show called I can't remember the name of the show, but it's with that Josh Gates. They found the Clipper Endeavor, which is, if you look up what the Clipper Endeavor was and what its historical significance was, they haven't been able to find it, and now they found it. And for these folks to actually bring these discoveries to life and what they mean, there's even been some that have found merchant ships and like treasure ships that are worth billions in today's market, and how much political nonsense and how much crap goes along with it. It's the same thing for Indy, for Indy. Finding these Shankara stones and bringing them back to the village just brought the village hope. But if you talk about all the other artifacts that he finds and what the implications of them are and how they affect the global, the social, not only the global social, but the political side of the world and how it affects people and what it would mean, it carries a whole different essence of responsibility, I think. And so I think this movie being a prequel, he kind of gets that on a small scale, it's like this. But when you think about the Ark of the Covenant, it carries a whole new level of responsibility.
Right.
And so,
yeah, Matt,
I think
we mentioned last week that it was a prequel.
Yeah. I even said that I didn't know till a lot of years later that it was actually a Expedition Unknown. Thank you, Matt. Expedition Unknown is the show I'm thinking of. But we mentioned last week, we talked about how Temple of Doom was actually a prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark. And
So, I mean, there is some historical context with this as well. Like, now I don't know if there were actually Shankara stones, but Shankara is the name of a. I mean, he was basically a monk. I'm pretty sure he was a Hindu. I'm pretty sure he was a Hindu monk.
Well, a lot of the references they talk about are like a Shiva or is it Shiva?
Right.
I think that's right.
But
Shiva
Shankara was a monk in India. I don't know if the stones are a real thing. But the thuggy thing was real also. They were they played around with it a little bit in the movie, of course. They weren't like really necessarily a cult. They were, I mean, basically just bandits. But they did have weird rituals. So I think that's where the thuggy cult came from in the movie.
According to a quick Google search, they said the Shankara stones were not real. They are not based in Hindu religion. They are completely made up from the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom movie.
Yeah, but Shankara himself was an actual person.
Right.
Let's see. Mola Ram. Let's talk about Mola Ram a little bit. Mola Ram was quite a different antagonist than Belloc. He wasn't an educated archaeologist. He was just this crazy cult leader that had the power to pull your heart out.
Dude, I'm sorry, but that part, when I saw that, because like I said, I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark first, and then I saw Temple of Doom, and I was like, the bug thing and the food and all of that, yeah, it was gross. But I don't know why, but when he reached into the dude's chest and pulled out his heart, And then not only that, but he drops him down. He's still alive, and he drops him down into the lava. And when he drops him down into the lava, the heart actually catches fire. I'm like, dude, this is like freaky.
That scene
This
was
is
awesome.
it was awesome. And now that I'm an adult and I watch it, it is awesome. But as a kid, or in 84, 85, or 86, I can't remember when I saw it. That was freaky. That was like that was bad freaky. And then on top of it, when Molaram gives him that elixir, and then he turns into like his slave.
Yeah, yeah.
That freaked me out even. I think that freaked me out even worse because he like wakes up from it and he like smiles, and then the next thing you know, he's like Molaram's slave, and then he actually smacks Short Round.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is crazy, dude. I'm like, this is so freaky.
But yeah, that was crazy. Molaram was an interesting character.
Yes, to say the least. But I think really he was just, I mean, really honestly, he was a devotee to the religion, and he was just a religious priest.
Yeah.
I mean, freaky, but he was just a priest.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, he drank that potion, made him kind of a zombie.
Yeah, I agree, Matt. It said it broke his heart when he was in the trance and he hit Short Round. 100%. 100%. Well, that and when he actually completed, when he pushed Willie's hand in and locked her in and put her in the cage to be lowered down. I mean, you kind of knew it was serious then.
Yeah.
But when he smacked Short Round, that was just heartbreaking. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not cool.
But the good news is that when he woke up and him and Indy and Short Round fought the priest's guards or the priest's devotees, Molaram's devotees, that was freaking cool.
It was.
That whole sequence when she's being lowered down and then back up and lowered down.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was great.
Stop doing this. And then when he hits him and he actually puts him inside the wheel and the wheel stops because it stops on that dude, I was like, oh my God, you guys are killing me with this crap. That was a great scene because you got Indy and Short Round together that fought against them.
Yeah.
And that was good stuff. And the only thing for me, and I'm sure you're going to mention this, Steve, the only thing that made for topped it was when they went into the mine and they freed the kids and Indy went after all the guards in the mine and started fighting all them. And then the chase scene, that was cool. Was freaking fantastic. That was fantastic.
But another really cool scene, you cannot talk about this movie without talking about the bridge scene.
The bridge, yes.
The bridge was like that whole scene. We're going for a ride, lady.
Yes. That was, oh yeah. Hang on, lady, we go for a ride. That was great. She's like, oh my God, he's insane. That was great.
And then
I love that part.
And then the British troops show up.
Yeah, and they finally, the British troops show up and they save him. I thought it was cool though, is that when him and Molaram are fighting on what's left of the bridge, he actually what is he? I don't know what he says. I don't know if you would call it the blessing of Shiva or if you would call it like a prayer to her, or how you would define that. But when they're fighting over the stones, and really he only needed the one stone to take back to the village.
Right.
So when they were fighting over the stones, he says a prayer or he recites some ritual to Shiva or something.
Almost like he was cursing him.
Almost. I'm not sure exactly what you would call that, but he actually gets him to catch on fire and then drops him out, and it burns him instead of burning Indy.
Yeah.
Like almost like he was kind of worthy kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That
his
was pretty cool.
his yeah his I don't know what you would call it, like if it was his lack of devotion or his lack of obedience to Shiva or what it was, but that's actually what ended up killing him, not Indy, was because he tried to catch the stone and it burned him because he wasn't worthy of the
Yeah,
stone.
and
And
then
then he throws it. When Indy catches it, it doesn't burn Indy.
yeah, but yeah, it burns Molaram's hand, and it causes him to
Mhm.
fall into the crocodile,
And he
and
gets ate like
he
big
get
time.
yeah, he gets ate
And
up.
then I actually do even like the part where he like climbs back up and he sets the stone on there and they're all smiling because he got that part was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
um,
the scene between Indy and Willie, or and Indy and Short Round after they rescue Willie. Yeah, that's
yeah,
great. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. Um,
And then they ended up with like the part that just not only is like there's a couple parts in that last scene that are funny and cool because all the kids are released and you see Indy and Willie and Short Round come back and they bow and they're like the village is happy they're back, but then all the kids come rushing in,
yeah,
all the kids from the mine, all the kids that have been kidnapped in the beginning of the movie, all of them come back and they come rushing back in and you see this big huge scene where they reunite with their families. That is freaking great.
yeah,
And then on top of it, Indy and Willie try finally exchange a kiss, and then Short Round sprays them with an elephant.
yep,
I, that had such a good. I mean, that was such a the kids coming back and the families being reunited. That was a great scene. That was so cool to see that again. But when Willie and Indy finally tried to have their moment and they get sprayed on, they get basically essentially they get snotted on by an elephant.
yeah. Pretty
That was
much.
funny. That was funny.
That was good stuff.
But I mean, honestly though, I think. Go ahead. You might
No,
be
go
coming
ahead.
to us.
Go ahead.
I would say I don't know if you had one of your questions was like what your favorite scene in the movie is.
Yeah, yeah. I actually did
Uh,
have that question.
oh, okay. Are you coming to that next, or do
Yeah,
you got
let's
another
go
question?
ahead and do that next because we're running out of
Okay.
time.
Actually, I think one of my favorite scenes in the movie was one that we didn't mention in between kind of all that was the mining cart, the chase, the mining cart chase. I think that one was freaking action packed. It was fun. And at the end, he has to get out and he has to use his foot to stop the cart. And he
That
ends
was
up,
cool.
his foot catches on fire. And then all that water comes in and he's like screaming for water. He's like, I need water because my foot's on fire. And then they see the water coming in and he's like, water, water. And he freaking, that whole chase scene and that whole thing through that mine after they rescue the kids and all that, and he's fighting all the guards. That one was pretty cool. I think that's probably my favorite sequence of the movie.
Um, that was a good one. Man, I don't know if I could. Honestly, I don't know if I could pick a favorite scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
where
think I could pick a favorite scene.
Matt says the scene where Indy hugs Short Round is my favorite one. Yeah, that I can see that. That's
Okay.
cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Um,
Yeah, I think
I
I
don't know.
like I
There
said,
were
I think the
just
whole
there were just so many iconic scenes.
Mhm.
Yeah, the mining cart was great. The bridge was great. Um, the fight at the
at the bridge.
well, I mentioned the bridge, but no, the fight
Mhm.
at the altar area. Uh,
Did I tell you I almost bought one of the machetes? They actually had a special edition machete that came out that was the rhino. It was the rhino head that he has on the end of it. I almost bought one of those because I was like, I love that. I love that so much, and the fact that he used that to cut the bridge and he was using that to fight with. I was like, I gotta have me one of those. Those things are freaking cool. I almost bought a replica version of it. because I thought it'd be neat.
Cool. Anything else we want to talk about?
I'm sure there's other things that we're missing because there was just so much good stuff in and around the movie. I'm sure there's a lot of good things that were in there. But I mean, for the time that we have and the time that we've been talking about it, I think we've hit a lot of the major points. Really enjoyed it. I honestly, like I said, when I say that this movie is my third favorite of them, it's not because it's a bad movie. It's not because I didn't like it or there's anything about it I didn't like. It's just that if I have to rank the Indiana Jones movies, this one comes in third simply because of one is my favorite, one is the first one I ever seen, and the third one was it is what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, this one is actually my favorite. No, I really liked this one, and I mean, all of them were good. If we're just talking about the first three, they're all great movies. I don't know. I have a little bit more affinity for this one.
You have a quote unquote soft spot.
Yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
Okay.
All right. So next week we are going to be covering the third Indiana Jones movie, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
That would be my favorite. I can't wait to talk about it because I love that one.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks everybody for hanging out in the chat, talking with us about Indiana Jones. Bear says, God dang it. Dingus and I will start a partition for a partition.
Petition.
We're doing a Crystal Skull episode.
We're going to do a Crystal Skull episode.
We're doing the whole series.
So let's see if I remember this correctly, Steve. Next week is Last Crusade, and then the following week we do our recap of Rebel Scum Con. Correct?
That's right.
Am I right on that?
That's right.
And then we will pick back up with Indy. Is that right?
Let me double check that.
I know we have like the Ninth Jedi coming out. But I think we were going to finish Indy and then we were going to do the Ninth Jedi.
No. Ninth Jedi is after our Rebel Scum Con.
Okay. And then we'll do
we go back
Skull.
to Indiana Jones.
Okay. So we've got a couple weeks that we're going to skip over. We're going to do Last Crusade, then Rebel Scum Con, then Ninth Jedi. And then we will come back and we will definitely do Crystal Skull and we will do the Dial of Destiny for sure.
Yes. And if I had played the video game, we probably would have had an episode about that, but
I didn't play that either.
Matt says Crystal Skull only gets 3 minutes.
No, Crystal Skull's not getting 3 minutes.
No.
We're gonna do Crystal Skull.
All right, so thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us, and come back and hang out next week. So go chase your fortune and glory this week. Next week we'll be doing Last Crusade. And as always, may the force be with you. Good night, nerds.